Hey y'all,
I'm John.
and I'm Kim. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Magnolia Peach Tea Podcast, where we share real life stories to help you navigate life's ups and downs.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for updates.
Now let's get to the tea. Hey y'all, thanks for joining us for the continuation of dating after divorce.
Yeah, I don't date people who just walk up to me and...
That's funny you said that, though, because the very first weekend, because, you know, we had a process after we were first divorced or whatever, but the very first weekend that the baby was with Roderick, like, I woke up early that morning and I was like, man, what do I do? Like, that's my job, to be a mom. Like, okay, he's not here. Like, what do I do now? So I was like, okay, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go to Walmart, get some groceries. This was like at 6 a.m. because I was like, I got to do something because I was really sad. And like, I looked a mess, like literally rolled out of bed, washed my face, brushed my teeth. I'm like, I'm going to run at Walmart. It's Walmart.
Right.
You don't have to get dolled up.
Right, Walmart.
Right.
So I'm walking around getting the groceries, and this man comes up to me and he was like, how are you? And I'm like, first I'm like looking around like, okay, who you talking to? And I'm like, I'm okay. How are you? He was like, I'm fine. I just wanted to come up and say hi to you because I think that you're very beautiful. And I would love to take you out on a date. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, do you see me? Right now? But okay. And it was just so shocking. And I was like, okay, I guess. And I ended up giving him my number. And that was the very first date that I went on after I got divorced.
But how was the date?
Oh, that sigh.
The date wasn't bad. He was very young. He was 23, but he looked older when I met him. But when we went on the date, he was like, how old are you? And I told him how old I was. And I was like, well, how old are you? He was like, I'm 23. I'm like, oh.
Baby, let me take you back to your mama. let me bring you to your mama's house.
I was like,
honey.
okay.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Wow.
Yeah.
so needless to say that wasn't a thing.
That was...
Wow. Rod, you get any walk-ups, or have you ever done that where you meet someone on the face-to-face and say, hey, let's go out on a date?
Nah. That ain't me. Like I told you, I got anxiety, so.
It's just odd. Like, I don't know. To me, it's just like I just don't. Maybe it's just I just don't respond to it well. But honestly, if somebody would approach me the way they approach you, Ashley, I probably would have been like, oh, okay, a little bit. Like you said, I would probably have given them a chance. But what I get is, hey, ma,
Yeah.
or look at that ass. You know, if that's what you see.
Way inappropriate stuff.
Yeah, and nah. And again, depending on where I'm at and how safe I feel, I will respond, and my responses are appropriate. Like I said, I'll give you a number, all right.
They do it a lot here. They do it a lot out here. And I'd be like, I'm married. And be like, what your husband got to do with it? I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Look, let's not even go there.
Yeah. Look, there was this one guy, I'm going to tell you, this is an interesting story. I should have told you. So there was this one guy I was talking to on text message. You know, we met on the app and we only talked text. We never met face to face. We did a couple of video things, but we never met face to face. Well, we stopped talking for some reason. And maybe like a couple of months later, I was like, man, whatever happened to that dude? So I went to look at his Facebook page and I found that he had passed away. He was in a car accident. He passed away. And then his wife pops in with all these responses. And I was like, what? I was like, wait a minute. So I'm looking at the pictures. These are the same pictures he sent me. He cut the wife out the pictures.
Oh, my.
And I'm like, what? That is something. Yeah, it's like now you got to ask the question. Are you married? Does your wife know y'all not married? Because that's a valid question.
Oh,
Well, you know,
God.
once you
That's a
get
valid
that name, the divorce is public record. So
That is true. That is true. And honestly, I don't give my first name when I first meet you. I don't give you my first name. Like, I gotta have some genuine connection or some attraction to you to say, oh, you know, by the way, let me give you my first name, because I don't normally give my first name to people who I don't really know. But I feel like we might be going somewhere, and here's my first name. Because, and it's like, first of all, I ain't got time to talk about it. Like, I don't know where she got it from. I don't know. People ask me that all the time. I don't know. It's just a name. I don't know. But yeah, That's the name. Okay. What can I call you that? Only if you say it right. You're not gonna say it right. Stick to what I gave you the first time. And then I had to realize, so like when I first started dating, so I was using names, right? So then that's why I had stopped using just random names because my memory.
You couldn't remember who you told.
Yes, I couldn't. And that's another reason why I can only get to know one person at a time, because I just can't keep all that stuff in check. So if you are telling me that you dating multiple people, or that you're talking, I'm talking to a lot of people, I'm probably not going to give you that much attention, because how much attention are you truly giving me? Mm-hmm. When you're trying to get to know Sally and Teresa and all them who are also on the app and also trying to get at you. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not going to give you that kind of time.
Yeah. So that's a question that you guys ask.
Yeah. Well, I do. Multiple. Are you? Yeah. Because again, like dude with the open relationship, like, wait a minute. Mm-mm. No. Yeah, because he was like, yeah, my girl, she got a boyfriend. They on a cruise right now. That's why he had to bring the baby on the date, because he didn't have a babysitter, because the mama was on the date.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy.
Sir, you're blocked. And most times I let people know too. That last text message, thanks. Sorry, but you're going on the block list. Mm-hmm. Enjoy. Hope you find what you're looking for. I'm not her. Enjoy life. Block. Mm-hmm. I don't even wait for a response. Block. I think what I was looking at 25 is not what I'm. Think. I know what I was looking at 25 is not what I'm looking at 49. Mm-hmm. Looking for at 49. Mm-hmm. So yeah. It's definitely, I think you mature and your priorities change, especially for y'all. It's different because y'all got a kid and you have to kind of keep that in mind. Is this somebody who I can potentially introduce my kid to, and he be all right, because he got crazy aunts.
That's what I was going to say. Boundaries. I feel like my boundaries are stronger. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's a lot of stuff that I probably would have accepted earlier on in life that I won't accept now.
Exactly. So with y'all past failed relationships, do y'all find that, first of all, you're not in a relationship? Are you currently in a relationship?
I am not. I'm in a complicated ship.
She in a situation.
There it is. That's
definitely situation.
It's a situation, and it's all messed up.
It's okay.
Rod, are you in a relationship?
Yes, I am.
So, with your relationship, your complicationship.
There you go.
In your no ship, do y'all find that trust or building trust is difficult in a relationship? Because in any relationship, trust is important. Do y'all find it difficult? Do y'all find that as time has gone and y'all have matured, that things are easier now, or was that a hurdle, or is it something y'all still trying to build?
Is that for us or the other person?
Both.
Well, for me, for the other person, I tell them flat out, like, my child has a father. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that's looking for someone, not me and him. Now, of course, he will come along with me as a package deal, but I tell them all the time that my child has a very active father. So as far as you like being a dad, it's not needed.
Yeah.
And I let them know that, we might not agree about a lot of things, but when it comes to the baby, I feel like we're always on the same team. Right. And like, he is welcome to come here. Like, he comes. If he want to go in Aiden's room, he goes in Aiden's room and does all that stuff. And like, you got to be okay with that.
Right. Absolutely. Right. And I think that's important in a relationship. Hey, you got to be upfront, because look here. Just know out the gate, this is what we're dealing with.
Right.
Because we don't want no surprises, and we don't want your feelings hurt if you come here and you find out, hey, my child's dad is really active in his life.
Right.
That's good. Have you had trouble with that, or people have said, "Well, I don't agree with that"?
Not really.
Okay, good.
Knock on wood.
That's good. What about you, Rod?
So when it comes to the whole trust thing, that's why I was kind of upfront when I first got into the relationship. Let them know, hey, this is the past, what I went through. I've grown from it. I've moved on. I haven't had any issues with trust, be it with me or with her. But I'm the same way as Ashley. Like, she knows he has a mom. And she looks at him more as like a bonus son. It's not, because she's got her own kids, and it's not she's coming in to be like, oh, I'm gonna be his mom and do all this. Like, no, like, she's the bonus mom. If Aiden goes over there, we're gonna have fun. It's not, anything like that. Now, the one previous relationship I had, yeah, that one there was a little rough, but it was more, I think, of an insecurity of hers, having to kind of play, I'm not gonna say second fiddle, but she
didn't know her role.
You can't push somebody's child aside because you want to be the primary. Like,
couldn't understand.
That's definitely something that you have to take into consideration when you're dating someone with kids.
Yes.
And for me, sometimes I feel, because I'm such an introvert, and that's why I kind of attract those people, is because I don't want to be your only focus. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be, you don't have nothing else to do but try to figure out what I'm doing, or whatever the case may be. I like the fact that you got kids, you involved in your kids' life, and you can call me after y'all do y'all baseball game or whatever the case may be, but I don't have to be, your all.
Right.
Yeah, because then I think that's when I start to kind of feel claustrophobic, and then I'm like, oh my God, you're smothering me. I can't,
For me and my relationship, it's more my reason. Well, my focus is what you got. I come in to complement it, not supplement it. I don't want to take away time. Like, I don't want to take away time from her children. If it's, just me hanging around with her kids at the house and we get to see each other for an hour, I'm fine with that. Now, would it be nice to, we got to set aside time for, okay, I don't have my kid this weekend. She's going to get a babysitter to watch her kids. Hey, let's go out for 2 or 3 hours on a date. Or let's grab lunch during the week if I'm down near her job and, hey, you want to have lunch? Let's do that. But I'm not sitting there saying, you got to call me every morning. Right. I got to talk to you every night. You got to do this for me. You got to be that. I can't come in and be controlling. I have to learn my place and where I fit in amongst everything. Otherwise, the whole dynamic ain't going to work.
Absolutely. So what other valuable lessons you guys have learned about yourself during this dating experience?
I'm a handful.
Ooh.
I'm a lot.
But we've been telling you that since that. No,
we knew that. I knew that the day you was born.
Thank you, Ashley. We knew that.
You know what I learned, and honestly, when I first separated and started, when I was by myself, I was lonely, and then even though I'm an introvert, I still liked the companionship. I don't know if it was because I was quote unquote married on paper, whatever the case may be, but I missed that companionship, and so I was kind of like, having all these conversations with these people and, saying yes to dates that I'm like, really not interested in. Today, I'm good if I don't date. I'm good if I know how to go out. If I want to go out and have dinner by myself, I can do that. I know how to do that. I'm good with doing that. If I want to go to the movies by myself, I'm good with that. I met this guy. He was like, I've never done that before. I don't think I could ever go out and sit in a restaurant by myself. I'm like, exactly. Like, but I think I've learned that I'm okay with not being in a relationship just to say that I'm in a relationship. I'm not going to say yes to anybody or give anybody my number, my real name, whatever, just because I'm not in a relationship and, oh my God, you 50 and you ain't in a relationship, something must be wrong with you. Or like, I get that. I get men who ask me, well, what's wrong? Why are you not in a relationship? I'm still, block, because you ask me weird questions. Like, what does it matter?
It's okay.
If I was in a relationship, I wouldn't be talking to you. So, but I've learned that it's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to be picky. Because if ever I get married again,
don't call it picky, call it selective.
I am selective, very selective.
To be selective.
And I've learned that it's okay to be selective. I've learned like Ashley said, I learned what I will tolerate and what I won't tolerate. And in my 40s or 50, you know how Daddy say when he's 70, he can say what he wants. I'm 50, almost 50. I can say and do what I want. If I don't like it, I'm gonna let you know. Like, I'm good with that. If I never get married again, I'm 100% okay with that.
You're 100% okay with
that? I am. Because it is difficult to get rid of people when you want to divorce them.
Well, and you got to look at it like this. Would you rather be married just for the sole purpose of having a companion or somebody there? Because just because they're there doesn't mean you're happy.
Right.
People change over the course of time.
No, I get that part. I was just saying the fact that she, would be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like.
Well, you got to look at it like this, too. Would you be willing to go through a divorce again?
Well, no, if you find that right person.
But that's just it.
But that's
people
just it,
always
though.
change. There's always that 50-50.
No, people don't always change.
So people evolve. You are not how you are now as you
Correct.
were 5 minutes before.
Correct.
So in the dynamic of a relationship, your relationship should not be the same as it was 5 minutes before.
Correct. You both evolve together.
And some people evolve together and some people evolve separately or at different times. Are you willing to say, you know what, just because I'm a little bit ahead, am I willing to wait for that person? Or you're in a situation where, hey, it's not healthy for me, and plus you have a child to be in this situation, I need to get out. Are you willing to go through everything mentally, physically, emotionally to get out that relationship? Because it's a lot and everybody can't recover from it. So when you go into that, hey, you know what? I don't want to get married because I don't want to have to go through this again, even if it is a 1% chance. I'd rather say, you know what? I'd be better off by myself than dealing with this. Some people are like that. Some people are serial, they will get married for any reason.
Yeah.
And cut somebody off at the drop of a dime and just be like, you know what? 2 tears to the wind. I don't worry about it. I'll just move on to the next. Everybody ain't equipped the same.
But I think, and I always tell my sister this, I think Kim's perspective is different because she's been married for so long to the same person. So I feel like the experiences that we have, she can't relate to because that's not like her life.
Right.
She's with the person that she wants to be with, and I feel like they've evolved together over time.
Right.
But that's why I always think that it's possible.
I do too.
Not to say that, I mean, because we've had a conversation on, like cheating, infidelity, that type of stuff, whereas y'all may have dealt with infidelity, I have zero
experience
and zero tolerance. I mean, absolute zero. And I will be I'm not going, ain't no tear, baby. You know what? Go and get the paper.
But Kim, I feel like you say that though.
I don't have time. I'm serious. I do not have time. If you feel like you do not want to be with me, honey, do not be with me. You go on. I'm going to be okay.
That's a good point because, in my situation, there was multiple infidelities. The first one, I was like, okay, it happened. Let's move forward. There's a child involved. What are we going to do? I got a whole bunch of words and no actions. Well, I got actions that repeated the same actions that happened the first time. So then it was like, you purposely doing this.
Right.
You purposely doing this. It's not I slipped and fell type situation. You're purposely doing it.
Or it's like a total disregard for my feelings.
Right.
Total disregard for me as your wife.
Right.
Totally.
I'm a bow out. When I made that decision that I was done, it was easy. Like, it was easy to move forward. It was hard for him. He's the one who prolonged the divorce, not me. He was the one. Why? I don't know. Because you obviously wasn't in it to begin with. But anywho, yeah. So my tolerance for certain things, yeah. If you talked about trust, if I can't trust you from day one, if I gotta question things about you on day one, that's my last day talking to you. Because I'm not gonna go through life saying, okay, all I did was ask him what the weather's like, but now I still gotta go and ask Alexa because I don't even trust what you said about the weather.
Girl, if intuition show up, girl, if she start coming to the table, honey, and me, you, and intuition, it's never a good relationship.
Right.
It's not a good relationship.
Right.
Sorry.
So, like, in dating and, like, the possibility of marriage, that's why I say I can't say that marriage is something I definitely want because it didn't work out. It didn't work out. Now, I know everybody's not the same, and I may meet, Prince Charming at the gas station. But, yeah, I'm probably not going to give him my number.
I do. I want to get married again.
Well,
I enjoyed my first couple of years as a wife.
Well, you know what? Honestly, outside of the
y'all should see the look.
Outside of the infidelities, I enjoyed being a wife. I enjoyed making sure the house was good, grocery shopping, cooking.
I think every woman,
I enjoyed
every woman
that.
likes that.
But then, I could do it for by myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like I do have to say that I feel like when I got married, I thought that Roderick would be able to fill like that void from my father. And that wasn't a fair expectation for him.
I think we all go into marriage looking for something, or even relationships looking for something, and then when we don't get it, it's like the most hurtful thing in the world. And it's like, did we really project that on ourselves?
Yeah.
I mean, did like, unless he made that promise that he was going to fill that void, how does he know?
You've met your brother before.
I know he would never. I know he would never. Ever. I know.
He'd be like, "Are you crazy?"
Right. You be like, all right, well, it was good to know you.
But I think subconsciously I did do that, and in my mind, like, I'm the type of person when I envision something, like, I'm gonna do everything in me to make that vision a reality.
I 100%.
And he's
agree.
more go with the flow, and I'm more like, no, we control the flow. What are you talking about?
That's right.
I understand that, because I had a mental picture of marriage. I had my mom and my dad in my head. This is how it's supposed to go.
And then I was mad about that too. I was like, not how your daddy be all over your mama all the time, and here you are.
Except when they not talking.
Yeah, you ain't seen when they're not
look
talking.
Look at him today.
But yeah, I it was hard, and I want to say, like, that was probably one of the factors that kind of prolonged my whole escape. And it's not like I wasn't in danger, but I'm just saying, the exit was that in my head, I'm like, okay, I can make this work. I can make this work. I can make it work. I can make it work. It's been 18 years. I can make it work. But then it's like the switch was like, he don't want it. He don't want it. So why do I have to keep
trying to force something to fit that's trying to force that circle in that square?
Exactly.
But I think, everybody has their aha moments. Like, oh Lord. Like, it don't matter what you do. It ain't no coming back from this.
Is it an aha moment, or is it the growth and the realization that I had the wrong expectations? Like, I can't expect things to happen the way I saw it happen. Like, I can't expect my relationships to be like my mom and my daddy relationship, or even my sister relationship, because we're different.
Everybody's different.
Like, do we do it to ourselves? Because I feel like to a certain extent, outside of the act of infidelity, I kind of did it to
Set
myself.
yourself up.
Right. I set myself up for repeated situations to happen. And then when and I think that's probably why he kind of like took forever to finally see the light, was because I kept, in the past, I would say
you
stuff.
get over it. You mad, but you gonna get over it. And then when you don't get over it, they're like, wait,
Right.
you would have been got over this by now. What's wrong with you?
She really not coming back. And like, y'all know, my ex helped me move. That's like, I had a conversation, like, I'm leaving. And so, like, dating, yeah, I'm gonna be very open. That's why if I'm gonna block you, I'm gonna let you know I'm blocking you. I'm gonna let you know why it's not working. You too aggressive. You too focus on sexual stuff, and we ain't even had a date. Or you focus on physical X, Y, and Z. Like, I'm gonna let you know why I'm gonna block you, and then I'm gonna block you, and then I'm not gonna feel two ways about it.
Why
afterwards.
are you giving people performance improvement plans?
I do.
Mm.
I coach them for the next time. Next time you meet a young lady on the app, this is what you should not do.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I do coach and develop.
All right, y'all. So what advice would you give someone who's recently divorced and considering entering the dating world again?
Make sure that you've taken time to heal, and that you're very clear on what your boundaries are and what your expectations are, and make sure that they are realistic.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, the biggest thing from my perspective, and I mean, this can be coming from a male perspective, work on yourself. Your faults, your insecurities, what you're coming out of, because probably the biggest thing about divorce is it's a reflective period. You're going to think about, what happened. Yeah. What went wrong? What could I have done?
Did I make the right decision?
Yeah. And it's going to help you. You're going to have to look at yourself, because, you can't blame everything on the other person. I mean, as much as you want to give 100% blame, the truth lies somewhere in whatever percentage it is. But, you have to look at everything, because if you are damaged, if you have insecurities and you jump back into something else, history's going to repeat itself, and it's probably going to be worse.
Right. I definitely agree with that. Heal, take that time, be good with being by yourself. You know, don't feel like you have to be in a relationship. To me, a relationship is an additional bonus, I guess. But you definitely need to take that time to heal, because you don't want to project that onto the new person.
Yeah. You don't want to enter in with any extra baggage or
Right.
baggage that you should have just dropped along the side of the road.
Right.
Okay, good. Well, we definitely want to thank our guests, Rod and Ashley, for joining us on today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So I hope you guys will consider joining us again, and tune in to our next episode of Magnolia Peach Tea Podcast.
Bye, y'all.